Hello. This lighting is probably freaking you out. I'm so sorry. It'll be explained in the video you're about to see. I talk about mental health, I talk about dating, I talk about love as a subject. I yeah, I do all that, and it'll get dark for like maybe just a second. I talk about love and it not being for me, and that's kind of when I talk about it. Feel free to skip that. I know it can be triggering for some people, and it's not exactly a light topic to talk about, and I am totally fine as well. That is just my mindset for now. Who knows it'll stay, or I'll go back, or I meet a pleasant medium. Who knows? But that's where I'm at. Just thought I'd warn you because it's an interesting one. Sorry for all the misspeaking and the looking this way instead of looking at the camera. I've had a cigarette, so it's a little warpy, but yeah. Love you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. What's up, everybody? It's your fave girl. I am back, and this is the new background for today's video. At least, you know, I pretty much change whatever it is almost every time I make a video. But I digress. I just realised I have music playing in my ear. Hi. Yes, I did something different with my hair, and I'm just noticing that I need to dye in hair again. That's really annoying. That's fine. Today, I'm just going to read you this poem. I stopped writing on my notes app, as you guys know, because of AI. But for some reason, sometimes I just have to, when I don't have the energy to actually grab my journal, which is literally 2 seconds away, but if it's on a especially painful day, then we just get going in here in the notes app. Look, I'm just gonna read all these notes to you, and then afterwards it'll give me that kick in the ass to actually write it down on paper. Look, oh my god, I'm a genius. We're just gonna start from the I love that it has the dates. The 10th of the 7th, 2026. So 2 weeks ago? Something got on there. Shit, I can't keep forgetting I put you down there. Is it like different if I put you there? What is something? I'm just gonna, hold on. We'll put it on my lighter. Actually, we won't because it doesn't fit because it's too thick. What is something I can put it on? Oh my god, here we go. Well, that's not a solid item. Shit, hold on. I would like to apologise in advance for not only stumbling over words, but also I'm filming this with the window open. If you know, you know. And there's a bit of a storm coming in. Shit, so we will see if the audio holds up at all. Come on. There we go. Jesus, that took a while, didn't it? Okay, I'm just gonna use this clothes peg. And in this instance, this is a green/blue clothespin, and I got it from a laundry, which then I got from Woolworths, which is, you know, a New Zealand special store. I mean, and Australia, I guess. Australia, New Zealand. Let me know, is there any other Woolworths or Woolies out there outside New Zealand and Australia? Okay. I have to get back in the zone. Do you want ASMR? hell yeah. Okay, here we go. I think the misconception about grief is that it's just, oh my god, I've already fucked it up. Okay. I think the misconception about grief is that it's not just one person. When I was a kid, I lost a friend. He wasn't related to me, wasn't even really close to me. He was a friend instead. I cried like he was my own. I didn't have anyone before that. When I was young, I lost her. She was gorgeous, a cousin who wasn't blood, but nevertheless family. She was hers, yet I mourned, restless, as if my own sibling had died. Too young to comprehend that once they die, you don't see them that weekend or ice cream or girl talk the next day. An actress I adored passed away, saving her own son. I didn't question myself so much until I saw her, until I realized this was okay. I was normal because she existed. Losing her didn't seem fair. She was a hero until the end. It didn't seem right for her to lose the battle. When you start racking up losses, they tend to bleed after a while. When it happens, every time you think of someone, you think of every single one. I think of my granddad a lot. The biggest hit I'd had since losing my soul dog. A funny thing he used to do was pretend he hated something, then double down on it. All the while complaining. That happened, and it avalanches into Teo, eating sushi with the plastic still on because he was that excited about it. Takan sneakily drinking a glass of milk I left on the table so carefully that not one drip hit the table, so strategic that when I came back, I thought I drank it already. This happens again and again until you've circuited through them twice, and then the cycle starts again. Forgot I wrote that. Nope, that is a Project Hail Mary fanfiction that I was writing. This one is just short. Once I put down the scalpel and Once I put down the scalpel and picked up the coal, I understood how to fit. I had to shift my ever-growing face into one of simple consumption. I had to for the rest of my life, for society would never accept me as one of their own otherwise. Coal as in Khol as in coal. That's something else. Nope. Oh, this was just a diary entry, which is a hi, that's what you are. 4 exclamation points and then all in capitals. A fucking hi I get every time I get with you. End of capital. He's an addiction I can never not crave, which I was, feeling particularly truthful in at night. If you know, you know. And then this one, which was a diary entry, which, a sudden realization about myself is that the lover girl in me doesn't exist anymore. I still have the mindset of loving romance and loving being in love and loving seeing that in media, in real life, and all that kind of stuff. I believe in love. I believe my friends, they are in love. I believe they deserve love. I believe they can have love because I've seen it, because they're great and they're awesome and they're gorgeous and they're the most brilliant people and I love them so much. But for me, I don't think it exists. And I've thought that for a really long time, probably since I was a kid, when the pipeline of, I think I've talked about this before, how being a kid a guy would ask you out as a joke, but you didn't know it was a joke, so you'd say yes, and then you'd be like, haha, kidding. And that's the only attention that you got from boys. Plus, they're doing it because they like you, that bullcrap. And to the weird kid, again, kind of being an outcast in your friend group, but will also start being in it. Got a burp, sorry. And then to high school, continually being the weird kid, the weird adult that's going through so much shit, which with again the same mentality as the kids in primary school. If they like you, this is why they're doing that. To being in your 20s and having a terrible first relationship and kind of just solidifying everything you thought up until that point, where it's like, if I'm going to be in a romantic situation, it's going to be with a terrible guy, because that's what I attract and that's what I deserve. Which, great. And I kind of, after my first relationship, I kind of thought that was bullshit. I was like, I saw potential in him and he clearly wasn't even there. It was my own potential looking back at me. Like, I made him great. That's what that is. And I worked through all that kind of shit, and I was like, actually, I'm going to be single, and I was single, and I've been single ever since. And I'm now 27, and I think that happened when I was 22. So 5 years, yeah. Which, a majority of the time I love being single. I love my alone space. I go through the moment every time of the quote, which is, if you think these thoughts, it's not a quote, it's just like a mentality I went by. I was like, because there's some people out there have questionable personalities, and I'm like, if something was being called out about me, I wouldn't just ignore it. I would actually look into myself and be like, oh, yeah, you're right, that is an issue, and I'm going to work on it. I did all that. I did all the self-work. I went to therapy. Unrelated, but I went to therapy. Yeah, like, that was how shit was for a good, I think last year was when it like really died. And I was like, so actually that childish mindset and like young adult mindset of you're not ever being in love is actually real. It's actually long lasting. So do I think I deserve love? Yes. I deserve every kind of love, and I deserve romance and a yearning partner and someone that likes me and wants to date me and continue to date me for the rest of the time together. Yes, I believe I deserve that. But do I ever think I will get it? No. So basically, I wrote a little journal entry the night, it was either last night or the night before. It was the night before. That was like basically me venting about that. This isn't just at men, it's about every gender and every spectrum that I have been with up until this point. Whoa, I feel like it got dark like all of a sudden. That's my bad, sorry. I can't control the weather. But yes, here we go. And it was written at 8:06 p.m. Interesting hour to spiral. Here we go. How to feel when I think the lover girl in me has died. And then there's a question mark. It's a rhetorical question. The romantic, the fairy tale girl doesn't exist anymore. Well, at least fully. She's damaged, torn up from wolves. She still beats. God, does she still beat. But now, she's irregular, out of sync with everyone. Her brain is constantly checking, making sure that this is okay. Not too much, never too much. Can't say everything. Can't say I like you. Can't say I love you. I will take care of you in every lifetime. Way too much. Can't scare, can't discuss, can't do that. It's not even conscious. She breathes. Half-hearted pants, still hoping, still yearning, still, despite the tears in her eyes, tears in her own heart. So hopeful enough to darken her own, carve herself out of me, crystallize herself apart, see through, she sees everything, a kaleidoscope of heartbreak. She protects me by protecting by herself, by shutting me off, shutting me out. So she exists in a separate part of me, and by part of me, like I said, I cut her out. She cut herself out, and she's just like floating here. She's just like an orb attached to me. Attached me through bubbles. We have a bubble, a bubble, a bubble, and a bubble. And like that's how we connect. Like we're not connected, but we're still there together. Like obviously we are, because, you know, it's not how bodies work. They can't just mysteriously float next to you. I would love for that. I would love to be a mysterious blob. That sounds like a lifetime of fun. But yeah, that's currently where I'm at. I'm not going to share too much about a certain thing that I'm about to say. I've recently gotten back into casual sex. Oh my god, she's seen sex on YouTube. And casual relationships. It was probably the past 6 months that kind of swerved into the category. Oh, a little bit more. Like actively. Like not just a date and then, you know. But that's where I'm at. And the party girl in me is back. I retired her after when I was 23. Like the 20 to 23. 20 to 23, I was a massive drinker and a massive partier in my standards. So I retired her and I was like, nope, we're not doing that ever again. And I kept to it. I only had a drink at dinner and when I went out with friends or something, which was, you know, never. Like once, twice, 3 times maybe. But like, I wasn't partying every week. I was like, had a drink once every 3 months or something stupid like that. Then when I was in uni, I was regularly drinking, but it wasn't like, you know, uni drinking. Not partying that hard. And now she's back. So it's weird being back in that era. It's not an era, but that time in my life, because I've got all these like memories popping up of when I was in that time. And it's like, you had fun. Girl, you had fun. Oh my god. So I'm actively looking for parties. Oh, fuck. I love a house party. Love a house party. Those were my shit. I actually I think I enjoy it more than clubbing. I'm going to be honest. Clubbing is just like crazy. And house parties is just so much fun. Yeah, I'm gonna go dancing. Gonna feel myself. Gonna be sexy. Gonna do that. And I had a point to this. And it's at the tip of my tongue. Oh my god, it's gone. That's where I went. This point in my life, I am doing all that, and I don't know how to feel about it. We're just kind of riding the wave, as my mum always says. We're gonna just do that. Oh my god, I remember. Recently I remembered that I used to go to car meets with my granddad. Completely forgot. Which I used to love doing that. That was so much fun. Now, I know some people that drive cars and like going to car meets as well. I think I'm gonna go back into that. I've got like adrenaline thinking about it. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm just like rediscovering parts of myself that I haven't seen in a long time. I don't think I like unintentionally blocked that side of me, but it's just kind of starting to feeling like I did, because this is just, sorry, whoa, I look like a fucking ghost. We're gonna put you there. No, we're not, because that's crazy. I just wanted to put some more light without having to get up. Oh, for fuck's sake. You know what? We're just going to go with the ghost lighting. Yeah, that's what we're doing. What if I do like a... Let's put it here because it's not obtuse. I don't think I like stopped that part of me, but it's starting to feel like I did because I'm discovering so much. Like, this was who I used to be, this is what I used to love, and all of it's still true. Questionable, but true. We're just doing that. And it's chaos and questionable and probably morally not great, but that's the ride we're living. And I'll probably talk about it in therapy, most likely. It's got to be something. We don't know how long this will last, but we're vibing. And that's what I got to say about that. Whoa, just bye. Bye.